come out and accept a Lifetime Achievement Award, I would like to invite Carol Sills to come out and accept the award for Viola Spolin.
Just for his shot right there. That's a document. On behalf of the Chicago Improv Festival, we are very proud to honor the mother of improvisation, the woman without whom there would be no improv, Viola Spolin. And thank you, Carol, for accepting this award on her behalf.
Well, we wish we were here to accept her Lifetime Achievement Award. And since she isn't, I'll do my best. I am her daughter-in-law. I'm also her editor for her 3rd edition and for her director's handbook and for her last book. Something for all of you to search into and find her side coaching. And you know, Viola, you mentioned the where. It isn't only where you're going, but it's where you are. John Brent, the player, called them the 3 sacred W's, Viola's where, who, and what. And it's the players make an agreement on each of these areas. And this is all to be found in her books. You know, there are people whose lives have been changed by reading her books and playing her games, but I just want to make a note about her side coaching, which is all addressed to the self of the player. And it's always a positive blessing. Her side coaching helped me be heard when she said, share your voice. She said, no urgency. She said, out of your head and into the space. Heighten, show, don't tell. You do nothing. And last, make the invisible visible. I'm proud to accept her award. Thank you.
Viola had a son. And just speaking about her for just one moment again, when her son was asked, what is the greatest influence on you in terms of theater? He said, well, with apologies to Shakespeare and Brecht, the answer is Spolin. We are privileged to be able to meet this man, or see him again. He's become our friend. He is the one whom Viola said brought her work into the world, beginning, as the legend goes, from Playwrights Theater Club, a couple of his pals, going on to form the Compass, and then of course Second City, and the great work that he has done with story theater. Mr. Sills is known for inspiring great people to be great together as a community. Time and time again, people who've known him have said his talent for bringing us together is remarkable. I can't wait to hear him, so let's bring him out. Ladies and gentlemen,
very much. I really have nothing formally to say, but I won't stop talking. And, but I don't really know how to address this. First of all, they have us backstage. I couldn't hear a word anybody said, even my wife. So I just feel here I am out here in the middle of the program, which I haven't heard. Also, I have a problem with hearing. What's so funny about that? I admit it's probably a laugh, but as you get older, your hearing goes. I mean, not necessarily, but we won't go into any of this sort of thing. People have been saying how good I looked, and I'll just accept that. Let me do it. Okay. Now, I could speak about my mother. That brought a dead silence on the audience. What do you think I'm going to say? I really don't know. I really have nothing to say about her, unless someone wants to ask me a question. They're free to do that. But I can't see you. So you have to speak up. All right? Oh, have I used up my 5 minutes?
2 more minutes, Mr. Sills.
2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. It's like 2 minutes, okay.
Paul, I have a question.
Yeah, okay.
How did you get Viola to write this stuff down?
I did do something about that. Viola complained for years, I can't write it. I can't write it. Somebody has to help me. What am I going to do about this? She was always bitching and moaning. Doesn't your mother bitch and moan? Anyway, she needed help, and I was over in Spain. I had a Fulbright. I'm sorry to have to say that, but I did have a Fulbright scholarship. I didn't deserve it, but I got it. And I left England and went to Spain and sat in a place and sat down and started to write her book. I thought, I'll write the damn thing. And I knew the games from playing or being around her and so on. And so I sat down and wrote contact and where and who and what and all these little things. And I wrote about 100 pages on a typewriter that I bought for the purpose. And I sent it to her. And then Second City started and Viola came, and she started in the Lincoln Hotel up there on the 12th or 13th floor, I don't know where it was, somewhere with a view of the lake. And she sat down and started to write her book. And it took a couple of years and so on. And I had sent her, you know, my ideas and what I thought, something like that. I was a university graduate at the time. And her book finally came out at Northwestern, And I turned the pages, look. There wasn't one word I wrote that she used in that book. Not one word. One game she did, I won't tell you about it. She did put in a game. I can't remember it, but I've never played that game except once. And that when I was about 19 years old. And no one else, as far as I know, has ever played that game. And I'm not going to give its name because nobody else has come close to doing the entire work. Thank you very much.
Burns to the touch. Okay. Well, that was Paul Sills, ladies and gentlemen. The next gentleman, I like very much for many reasons. One, I'd like to just share something that I love about him. It's something that he said. And talking about embracing the larger community, Mr. Shepard's ideas for popular theater, cultivating that idea, have made him a leader and almost an activist when you think about the people who he's helped, from Playwrights Theater Club to the Compass, Second City. Mr. Shepard is the one who said something that I had hanging in my bedroom when I have trouble getting out of bed. And it's something that I can hear my own father saying when I'm trying to get out of doing what I know I should be doing. And that's this: I just think that everybody is a creative person and should just get to it. The things that he's done for others, I'm referring to, among other things, his work with Act Now, with the games that he has brought to Canada that inspired the Canadian Improv Games that are credited with saving the lives of thousands of kids who, as it's been quoted, weren't turned on by school, but certainly were turned on by the stage. That's exactly how we feel, and we're glad to have it. Accepting the Lifetime Achievement Award, Mr. David Shepard.
Thank you, Jonathan. I want to thank Jonathan because he's allowing me to speak. I'm allowed to speak at the 40th anniversary of Second City, but he has allowed me to speak here. I have lots of things to say. 5 minutes to say this. So the first thing I want to do is ask you if you'd like to talk to me at length. Come tomorrow to a party at Weeds, which is 1555 Dayton Street in Chicago near Halsted and North. Sergio Mayor is the proprietor of Weeds, and I would like you not to try to get there before 7, we won't be there. And don't show up after 2 a.m. We'll definitely not be there. Now, I'd also like to introduce my partner in Massachusetts, Nancy Fletcher. Would you please stand up, Nancy? And I've given her 200 of my calling cards for you so that whenever you want to get a hold of me, you can. We live in Massachusetts, and what we both do is we do improvisational movies for people who never knew that they could make a movie. She does it with 11, 12, 13, 14-year-old girls, and I do it with everybody else. So if you ever want to make an improvisational movie, we will send you a chapter in our book about making improvisational movies. If you want to do an improvisational poetry slam, we have a chapter in that too. If you want to do a radio program, we have a chapter in that. So we will have eventually, maybe by the end of the year, a book of formats. If you want to call them a book of recipes. So if you have so many hours with so many people and such a space, you can do an improvisational format. And that's what Patrick was talking about just now, about everybody being creative. So the next thing I'd like to know is, what do you want me to say? First of all, can you hear me? Yes. Because otherwise I'll use the microphone. What do you want me to say? I believe in interactivity, and we have a totally uninteractive relationship where I'm supposed to be brilliant and you're supposed to laugh. If you don't want me to say something, I'll go backstage.
Mr. Shepard?
Yes.
What's the next step for Improv in America?
I can't tell you that. I can only tell you I'm writing a book about recipes. There's one possible format we can get into. It's called online improv. Now, this has been assailed by a lot of very smart people who say this is total shit. You get no sense of where, you get no emotion, and there's no character if you do improvisational stuff online. But I believe that it has a use. For instance, somebody like Mike Nichols, who wanted to improvise for 5 minutes online, could get online and improvise for 5 minutes and then get offline. Why not? If you want to do that with me, you get the card from Nancy, all right? I like to do it with people I know. I don't like to do it with strangers. Do you have any other questions or any suggestions? Yes? You have to talk louder.
How does a serious person gain a sense of humor?
How what?
How does a serious person get a sense of humor?
How does a serious person get a sense of humor? You have to be Jewish. Yes.
How have you been able to maintain your sense of joy?
I don't. I have it about 2 months a year. The rest of the time I'm totally depressed. Ask Nancy. It's called bipolar syndrome. You keep it going by eating lithium.
Is there anything you miss about Chicago?
I missed the whole thing. I did my best work here with Bernie and with Paul. And with Gene. Has anybody talked about Gene yet?
No, he's next.
He's next. Gene is next. All right, you'll hear about Gene. I miss Chicago. I thought yesterday when I was driving in search of a dentist who could fix my tooth, I thought I've never seen the city look so beautiful. The combination of the light and the cleanliness of the city. I don't care whether Mayor Daley is the great-great-grandson of the Daley we knew. He's doing something right. What it is. Appreciate it. Yes. The anonymous question asker. Who is he? Okay. Nothing else to talk about. Oh, I want to tell you, one of the reasons I have the depresso syndrome is that when you look back on these formats, which I am credited with having developed and engineered and designed and promoted and distributed. It's shit. There's nothing there. I tried to do that with Compass, which, as you know, was the first cabaret theater, 1954. I tried to do it in teaching some kids from Winnipeg how to do it. And I found I had nothing to tell them. So today, Paul gave me an hour of his time, and he taught me how to do it. Unless you have somebody to tell you how to do it, then you can't do it. You do something that's half-assed or wrong, something to collapse it. But I find that there are two things you have to do. One is to come up with a curriculum, and one is to come up with business management that can keep the damn thing alive for more than a few months. And I'm doing this now in Western Massachusetts. I've got a company of 11 people, and we've got 2 people on cast, staff, and about 4 interns. And we're going to try to kick ass in Massachusetts. We begin on June 5th in the Common at Amherst. And I wish you would pray for us on the morning of June 5th. Okay? So what I'm saying is that all this is nonsense. It's just, 5 or 6 people putting feathers in their caps and going on to be unemployed in Hollywood. Unless you can actually turn it into a business. And this is what I refused to do because I was such a dyed-in-the-wool socialist when I came to Chicago. The idea of the bottom line was totally anathema to me. I didn't want to even think about it. So that was a big mistake. And that's the reason why I spent most of my life doing jobs in New York City when I could have been doing cabaret theater somewhere else. I'll talk to you later. This is a very sad story. Oh yeah, this is Patrick. Okay, now Patrick just gave me the most marvelous idea for a scenario play. Do you remember what you said, Patrick?
Sure.
What did you say?
Jonathan wrote it. Which time, David?
When we were back here, sitting on the steps.
When we were back here,
I run around looking for these. You have to get drunk or you have to smoke a lot, and then you can come across these, ideas for plays. Like the plays are all an idea on the South Side. I don't think that Patrick, you remember this. Great idea for a scenario play that you gave me only about 25 minutes ago. But I'll tell you anyway, right? He said that, and he was talking about the breakup of his company, right?
Yeah, because this is about
He was talking about the breakup of his company, which is not a sad thing. 2 of them went to New York, and 2 of them went to Los Angeles, and 2 of them went somewhere else. And then he said to me, we are all hitched to each other's stars. That made me cry when he said that. You know what? That's a scenario. You can turn that into a 45-minute scenario. You can make a movie on it. You can go to Andrew Alexander again and produce a movie. Just go home and think about that sometime. We are all hitched to each other's stars, right? Well, if there are no more questions, I'm going to go backstage now. Thank you very much.
We were talking backstage about my old improv group, and I'm glad I chose to say that instead of the obese drunks that they turned out to be. Score 1 for me. This is a festival. And a festival we celebrate because it's improvisation. We're celebrating the moment. And the stories that I have read and heard about our next honoree, I would have loved to hear him tell me a story. Luckily, there are plenty of them in Something Wonderful Right Away by Jeffrey Sweet. And backstage, Jean's wife is cringing because she has to now come up with a story because I've set you up this way. So